sling some chips back and forth.
Been a lot of action so far.
Yeah, I think Ryan's our only player right now that's super stuck. I think everyone else is doing okay. Rudy's up. Rick is up. I think Nick's up a little bit. Jim might be down a little bit too. But other than that, everyone else is pretty even still.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jim's down.
You can see all the cards. That's why I wore them. But I still called. I still made the call. It's because the table's so big I couldn't see all the way down there.
Rudy raises to 8 with King Queen. Nick calls with Queen 10.
Same old.
And Ryan calls with 6-9 off. I get a feeling Ryan's going to be playing a lot of pots.
He's not scared. He popped himself a good old-fashioned gutter nugget.
Ryan checks. Check around.
Checks around. See, this is where he needs to fire out.
Yeah, I think if I was him, I think I probably would have led there.
Yeah.
No, Ryan already
Sitting in a big blind.
16.
Yeah, you could have any of that in a big blind. When they check around and that 5 hits a turn, I would absolutely fire.
Nice hand for Nick to scoop up right there.
Dan got the button.
So here's some fun little thing I found out over the weekend. I went and celebrated my grandma's 80th birthday.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, it was an awesome time. Got to hang out with a lot of my extended family. And turns out a lot of them watched our stream on Tuesday night. Yeah, I was over the moon. I was so proud that they turned out and got online, checked me out.
But see, my family hates me so much they don't watch.
Oh, that's so terrible. I feel bad for you.
That's all right. I deserve most of it.
Okay. But yeah, it was really cool. Like my one aunt was watching. She called my uncle over and said, "Check this out." And my other aunt said that she's my #1 fan. So I appreciate those guys so much. It's so awesome for them to do that for us.
All right. Don raised under the gun to 10. Rudy, oh, here we go.
I haven't seen them yet tonight, have we?
Nick raises to 30. Rick folds.
Uh-oh, looks like Dan...
He finally picks up a decent hand, and it's been 3-bet in front of him.
Probably because he's got them ugly glasses on he stole from Ryan. Let's see what Don does.
I'll tell you what, I'm taking one off here.
Yeah, I'm not raising.
Most
I'm probably
of
going
it,
to
yeah.
flat, and if I'm Rudy and Don calls, I'm probably going to call behind him.
Yep, that's exactly how I thought the hand would play out there.
Nick's glad that he's not going 8 ways, but even going 3 ways
Yeah.
here is a little shaky. Well, that's a good start for pocket 8s.
Oh, wow.
Check.
So just talking to Nick briefly during the break, I know from how he was handling himself and how he was talking about things, he's a pretty serious student of the game. So in a spot like this, when he bets and gets called, he's definitely going to have the ability to put Don on pocket 8s, 5s, or 7s in this spot.
Looks like he ain't getting called.
No. At the same time, under the gun, raising and calling also looks like jacks, queens, and kings.
I'll tell you what, if he can get away with... I've been impressed with the way he's played so far.
He's played great.
And if he folds here, I'm really impressed.
Did he just chuck it in the middle?
Yes, that's a great fold.
That took 15 seconds.
That's a great
15 seconds to chuck it in the middle.
And that just goes to show you...
Okay, good. I gotta remember that.
One pair is just one pair. It doesn't matter how big they are.
Doesn't it? But on the flop, that is amazing.
Yeah.
PJ, send it back to us. This is how I feel about that hand.
Without seeing it.
I mean, that's all I can say. Just blah.
I love it.
Just 3 bets pre-flop and folds 8s on the flop that quick. That is insane.
You gotta do it for the winning hand.
That was great.
I just absolutely love
He didn't
that.
read it. Because you
I
have
had
to.
6, 7 of spades. The flop was 8, 5 of spades, and a 7.
No, they're saying that it,
Oh, I
And
did
Dawson,
right now.
Dawson are thinking, Rick,
You're
really?
the small blind, honey. I'm sorry. And you're the big blind.
the turn in the river don't register.
Right.
I know, but I still
He
could. I
wanted
don't
to
think I
know
could have
if
rivered. I don't think I could have folded my hand there. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
And yeah, if you didn't
Sorry,
pull
Dan.
them off so quick, I probably could have just peeked at
Right.
myself and then.
Yeah, I could have.
I'll never know.
Okay.
Thank you for the follow, Wampy. Wampe? Are you French? I don't know.
Full.
Lumpy.
Full.
Thank you, Lemon Keyface. 1-1. Appreciate the follow. That's awesome.
Oh, Dan's got a decent hand here. Let's see if he raises one.
Nope.
Dan called.
Nope. You know he's not raising.
Ryan makes
Captain
it 6.
Limp.
And Ryan makes it 6 with 4-5 off.
Clyde
Fun thing is,
stays
I
to
went
his routine.
I tell you what,
I had 6.
I'm never folding an ace to Ryan's raises.
Not, now, if Ryan wasn't stuck, maybe. But
Yeah.
if Ryan's stuck, he's going to be playing a lot of crazy stuff.
He crushed it. He had 2 higher spades in the spades game. Because if you had 2 spades, you didn't have to pair. I had
Yeah, you'd want me to have 2 spades there.
That's why I want my contact.
Use your
See,
head.
Ryan and Dan play a lot together. Let's see if Dan plays back at him at all right now.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Wampy. Got it, man. Sorry about that.
What's that?
Kind of like Womp. There it is.
And a call.
Ooh, we got a little float action from Dan here.
I hate that.
What else do
And he spikes a jack.
bluff or set?
Now he's never going to fold.
Ryan bets 15.
Guess you made a
Dan
pretty
calls.
tight fold.
Yeah. Dan makes a pair. He don't fold very often once he makes a pair.
Someone tell me the last card is.
He definitely is not folding now.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. I don't think there's gonna be any sort of bet that would make Dan fold 2 pair in this situation.
Dan bets 25.
Oh,
Ryan
breaks a
folds.
flash.
Look at Dan getting his first rake.
It's a lot better if you can't see what the cards are.
The glasses. I want to.
So somehow Dan defied all logic and won a hand with those hideous glasses on.
Well, you can't be down that much. All you
I didn't know it was
gotta fold.
possible.
I played a couple.
There's a nice close-up of those hideous shades.
I hope Ryan doesn't want them back because I think they're going to be stretched out beyond belief now.
Oh, we went there. I was staying away. I was taking a detour around that comment, and you just went full board right through it.
Well, how can I not?
Yeah, maybe.
He's not back here to defend himself.
The question is, could he even see his cards correctly with his legitimate reading glasses on top of his head? That is the question.
Well, not the straight cards
shit.
though. Just the set cards. Yeah, just
Start this ball rolling.
Like, I can't call a raise.
I just realized Rudy's name was Team Rudy on the screen.
Was it really?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Too high. 8.
He told me he was gonna wear a hat tonight that said hashtag Team Rudy, but he must have forgot.
Nick raises it to 8 with ace 3.
I think I'm on a heater. Someone call.
I think I'm on a heater. I think you need to check your buns.
Good call.
If they're warm, go for it. If not, then maybe pass.
Sure.
Clyde had the best ace and he folded.
No shocker there.
Last
You're
card.
double down. Everything.
It's
I was good on like the first.
I might as well get it in.
I'm anxious to see when Clyde finally makes a raise if the whole table just snap mucks.
Well, he did earlier when he had the pocket 3s and Rick called and
Nick bet 17.
Nick called.
They didn't care that he's a super nit.
Well, I think the thinking was if he doesn't lead out because he's been playing so nitty, they can take the pot away from him.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Fold.
I'm really enjoying Nick's style. Not only did he make that amazing full, but he's not afraid to see bet bottom pair there.
Yeah, I've loved the way he's played tonight.
Yeah.
This is not a swap qualifier. This is a 1-2 no limit cash game. Buy-ins ranging from 200 to 500.
I don't know about you, but I don't. You know how a couple of
What's
times
up,
we're
Brent?
going
Glad to see you back in the chat, man.
Yeah.
Alright, so I didn't play as much as that, right? But I feel like I
Haven't seen
played
anybody
like
You need to get your butt out on this table.
or a quarter.
We know you're not a nit.
I was just going to say he's too big a nit to play anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
For the regular.
Well, the thing is, those specific.
Brent has the
they
best
don't
image
go.
ever.
No,
He comes up and you're like, oh, he seems like a mild-mannered
The higher stakes at 2,000
accountant.
kilo.
computer
the-
guy.
Yeah, the first
Then-
time I met him,
then
I
you-
never would have
Then
imagined
you get him
him.
on a table and he's a complete spaz. And he just mashes everybody.
Yeah, I never would have imagined he's as big a maniac as he is.
Yeah, I remember the first time I played with him, I bought him for this little cash game on the side. And he's there playing. I'm thinking, oh, this guy's such a chump. I'm gonna take all of his money. And I think he fell to me. In 8 hands, playing like the craziest 2 cards ever.
But they just opened one in Baltimore too, so I'm like,
We love you, Brent. We'll get you on this table soon enough.
What's it called?
it's either Horseshoe or Hollywood. But they just opened like a month ago.
A lot of aces out there.
Yeah.
So Maryland Live went from like 60 tables running to like 35.
Thanks for the follow, Womp League.
Well, yeah, but all you gotta do is go out on the street to Baltimore.
Yeah.
I mean, all the games are still in town. It's just different casinos.
Totally killed Atlantic City. Totally.
Yeah, but
That's
so what?
26?
You got them every time.
Rick with the continuation bet. Let's see what Clyde does.
He's raising to 50, looks like.
Raised to 50?
Pittsburgh too.
Yeah. We're not like,
I think that'll take it down.
other stuff to do other than poker. So if you want to take vacation.
Yeah, just I mean, Clyde's his image right now is just super tight. So I think Rick could either take major advantage of that by raising here, or he's just gonna kick it in the middle. Like a rock.
Stoic.
Wonderful.
We went like, my wife and I went like,
Tell you what though, I think every cash game we've had so far, we've had one person that's rocking the singular mustache.
Oh yeah.
Last week we had a mustache that looked like a caterpillar. This one's a little more thin.
6, 7, 8.
Interesting.
A fine-haired mustache.
Learned a lot that hand you too.
Not nearly as thick as yours.
Well.
Most aren't.
Mine's manly.
So manly.
And I'd have a beard if I was allowed to have one at work.
Oh,
Oh, it's
damn the man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll make sure.
Straddle.
And yeah, if you go there, there's really
I
no
think
point.
so. That's exactly what it was.
Looks like the action's gonna be
Good raise
on
here
Dan.
by Clyde.
So we fold.
I think we have another straddle going on here.
Ooh, another straddle.
Um,
Those of you that don't know, the straddle is a third live blind.
reason I bet.
And Rick likes to add that blind.
I do the same with Ace King.
Is that
I
straddle?
have
That is a
played
straddle.
one tonight.
Well, and
Dan
you
calls
can be ahead
five.
by half.
Dan limps. It's expected.
Ryan Holt?
No, I know you're playing.
Call or something.
I've seen it.
Or it's nothing wrong with just taking it down right there. But
And calls?
Okay, so Clyde, the glide, is opening it up a little bit here.
Clyde the Glide. I like that.
He just might be.
Oh, here we go.
Promise he might be gliding into some problems here.
Punish the limpers.
Raised to 25?
Yeah, that's it. Punish the limpers.
You say mine's much bigger than his.
Ryan, family show. I'm not sure if we can do multiple straddles. I'm not sure if the software permits that.
They told them earlier that they could if
They
they
can
wanted.
straddle around the table?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I think it's time we start doing that. All right, so here's Dan's situation. So he likes to limp a lot. He also likes to limp and then call. So let's see if... look at that shot. Check his heartbeat from here. We can infinitely straddle. That doesn't mean straddling an infant. That means we can straddle around the table.
You straddle, you pull back.
Oh.
You didn't straddle.
oh,
He just called.
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever.
I don't think
Sorry, Dan.
Mr. Drexler's going to call either.
Nah, I doubt it.
That's why you put it.
Scared everybody.
You put it. Use that as your.
And Biff also throws
I
in the
don't
middle.
play your heads
That's
up.
a good bet.
Sure, yeah. Good hand, good bet. Solid win. He made himself about 20 bucks there.
Yeah, that many limpers, you can tens, you don't want to play it 4 or
Nah.
5 handed.
I mean, here, we already saw what happened when you had the best starting hand with
Yeah.
aces.
One group of guys.
Straddle.
And I'm still in awe of that laydown.
Straddle.
You like going back.
Not many people can make that laydown there.
Hey guys, I got an announcement.
What's the
I got an
announcement?
announcement. So early on, we were getting set up here, and I was sitting back here in the booth getting all our mics ready and everything. And I was like, "Hey Dan,
But
sitting out there right now, Suited Dan, take a picture of me. I want to send it to Tony Dunston on Twitter."
I mean, it doesn't.
And so I said, "Do my best Tony Dunston impression tonight for Rubber City Poker." He has favorited my tweet.
Did he really?
Oh yeah, feeling like a celebrity, bouncing his
Oh,
shoulders. Let's do it.
wow.
I mean, obviously, I'm not wearing like a $4,000 Armani suit, but the Banana Republic blazer's working out pretty well for me.
Rick calls.
So I feel pretty happy about
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
that. Watch. So Dan's Mr. Chatty Cathy at the table, right? No, he's goofing around, having a good time with Ryan, wearing his glasses. Hits a big hand, boom, silence.
Yeah.
Silence.
He puts the straddle on.
45.
Clyde picks up a hand finally and raises it to 15. Rick flats the 15 with king deuce suited, and Dan in the straddle picks up kings.
I think I would made a flat 50 there
I think it's more
45.
for the record.
I think it's more to do with like the fact that Cleveland poker still kind of at infancy and that's reason around.
Thank you, Dan18 for the follow. All of our followers make me feel really happy. Let's see if Clyde can glide out of this one, because he's in dire straits right now. But as we saw earlier, pocket eights have been pretty spicy. There it is.
Head call.
Is Rick gonna mess around too?
Wow. He's getting pretty good odds to do it.
Rick calls.
And he's wearing a pretty boss hockey jersey that I think is Dropkick Murphys.
And he lets it go.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Oh.
Dude, eights are undefeated.
Oh.
Eights are undefeated.
The only thing that might save him here is the 2 10s.
Dan bets 50.
Good gravy.
Oh. Now here's where you tank for a little bit and just flat.
He's like, don't act too soon. Don't act too soon. Just call.
Yeah. If he raises here, the Hollywood is way too much.
Yeah, no raise. I think people's 3-betting range in a game like this is just really, really small.
Yeah, he shouldn't raise here.
I mean, he's lucky that Dan actually has the hand he has.
Ed raises to 150.
Can Dan sniff it out?
I think Dan got real lucky here that 2 10s hit. I really do.
And if he's been paying attention, he should know that Clyde hasn't been playing a whole lot. He hasn't got out of line really at all. And plus, I mean, Clyde only has $66 left. Like, he's never bluffing.
Yeah, and I don't understand why you would raise there. You flop a boat there. Why wouldn't you just flat call there?
He has all the nuts. I mean, he has the cashews, the peanuts, the pecans, pistachios. He just has all them nuts. Ugh, why'd he raise?
Yeah, there's only
I think
one hand that can beat you.
Yeah, I think Dan's still
Really.
gonna call, which is unfortunate for Dan. Even though he does still have, he has 1 king and 1 10 left, or 2 10s left.
I think Dan's gonna let it go. Usually, if Dan's making this call, he's called by now. Most of the time, he's let it go.
He still has the
He'll
Terminator
let it
shades
go.
on.
I really think he's gonna let it go here.
Molly, call. I call.
All in and a call.
That was a whoops and a yay.
I got pocket eights.
I know it's not the nuts. It's the proverbial nuts there, chat. I'm not that big of a donk.
Yeah.
Bodies.
Oh, wow.
And he makes quads.
Dan should count his chips. I don't think he has. I think he has money coming back.
I really thought he could fold
Looks like
there.
$20.
They'll play these marathon sessions.
Whoopsies.
Start off playing a bunch of
Yeah.
$5 and $10 pots.
Well, that's poker, I guess. Oh, did I just say that out loud? Ugh. Sorry.
I think that
take
leaves
back.
Dan with almost nothing left.
I think he's got $20. So Clyde to glide sits there, plays nothing, waits, gets an under pair versus an over pair, flops the world, and gets all the monies.
That's my
I feel bad for my my other co-host at times, Dan Crafton. He actually was a late fill-in to play in the game tonight.
I don't know.
He was so excited to finally play on the stream, and
I'd rather
that's the kind of stuff that happens. That's really unfortunate for him.
That's a brutal one there.
5 or 7 handed.
I really thought he could get away from it.
Yeah, but I mean,
He's never getting. I don't know what hands he's putting him on that's going to raise him there.
I don't know how much Dan has played with Clyde before.
A lot.
A lot. So I don't know if that played into his decision. Obviously, from our point of view, we knew that Clyde was playing pretty snug. So pretty unfortunate for Dan. Clyde's not gonna apologize at all, though.
They only allow you to change favorites once an hour or something. They used to change so much.
I've never had anyone.
Headphones.
I mean, I don't do it all that often, but I've never had anyone.
I get the chat's bringing up a decent question.
Does
Does Clyde ever play queens and jacks that way?
I don't know. I don't think so.
That's the question. Like, do queens and jacks, do they match it in the middle on the flop?
I've never played a cash game with him, so I can't say. But as snug as he's been playing, I don't think so.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Check.
Little does Dan know, but he has the best hand right now. Thank you for the follow, Scotia,
You mean if I
Nova Scotia.
No, it's just the games are not that good. And they're better at 1-2 at somewhere.
Yeah, I agree. B million. I mean, I think it's full. Yeah, honestly, like obviously it was a very similar situation, but it's just like when Nick had aces earlier. Like, are you ever getting popped with worse? I mean, it's very, very rare.
The time was like 4 years ago. Those games were actually bad.
I mean, yeah, I guess Clyde's raise was actually perfect if he actually put Dan on his exact holdings.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm either flatting or I'm just gonna get it in the middle. Like, why raise 3/4 of your stack?
Here's the thing.
Well, Clyde's got another pair here. Let's see if he
They can fund
Last time he had threes, I think he made it like 15 under the gun.
$2 on top of it.
Well, they take one and leave.
looks like it's happening again.
15.
It's like you're a fortune teller.
But honestly, you never really raise.
That is a big raise. Thank you for calling him out. Nick's gonna flat.
It's a big raise, but in most 1-2 cash games, it's not
Dan is all
that
in
out
for
of line.
18.
It's not, but you also have to like play the table dynamic.
Yeah.
I mean, if everyone's 3xing and all of a sudden you're 10xing,
Good luck, Dan. Yes, Ryan. fold.
Suited Dan all in with the 10-7 suited.
good luck, Dan. We're pulling for you, buddy. He's gonna need a lot of help.
Yeah. Gonna need runner.
Ed checks.
He's got an 8.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see the 6.
The 8s have been hot, so it might come. Nick has to get some value here now.
Yeah, Nick's got top pair and a nut flush draw.
I'd seen bet like $35.
Nick bets 30.
30. You're pretty close.
30.
I'm surprised he didn't bet the flop. Gave Clyde a free card to hit his set.
Ed folds.
All right, Dan needs an 8. An 8 and only an 8.
That's non-club.
It's non-club.
Looks like he has one out. Looks like everybody else. Looks like the other one might have been burned.
9.
Nope, just a gross old 9 of diamonds in the
All
river.
right, that'll be all for suited Dan.
Oh, sorry.
I'll still come find you with a cupcake. Yep. You're welcome.
Thank you for the kind words. Avoid the 9 to 5.
Ed
Now
folds.
they're playing leave, like 4 p.m. or something like that, and playing on Saturday. It's like 10 in the
I
morning.
do think we have a player that can jump into Dan's seat once we get everything cleaned up and figured out here.
And we're like, what's that? There's like 4 or 5 tables around.
Pause for a
Like, oh, we're gonna at every even hour we're gonna pull a table and a seat number. And
Suited
win
Dan
a
standing
$50
just off
series
camera.
main event. I'm like, really? How much would we win? Like 5,300.
I offered Dan the rest of my cupcake.
Can you win $5,300 seat every 2 hours? Like,
Once he starts to feel better, he'll probably take a bite.
That beat or the 500 every 20 minutes.
We'll get him in here and ask him what he
You like
thought
doing math, like,
Eddie
not
could
even
have had there that
calling
he
in there.
raised him there on that flop
He can't come in on
that
the
he was
button.
ahead of.
He can't come in on the button.
No.
This hand is
No?
brought to you by High Voltage Indoor Karting in Medina, Ohio. They are now open, running very quick Italian imported go-karts for some indoor racing. I've been there. I have not raced a car yet, but oh my gosh, these things they look quick. I've seen videos, they are quick. So get out there to Medina and hang out, do a couple laps, race your buddies, have a good time.
Check them out at highvoltagekarting.com.
That's right.
Rick calls. Ryan folds.
Rick calls.
And Ed folds. Heads up, gentlemen.
So we got another player going to sit down, have a seat at our 1-2 cash game. Rick flops the nuts.
15.
JK. If you're looking for prices on karting, I suggest going to their website. What was that again, Paul?
That was highvoltagekarting.com.
Get it under there.
Well, Don Juan now has the royal draw.
Straight draw, flush draw, royal flush draw, and still only a 24% chance to win the
That's
hand.
23.
But I think he's got enough outs there to give that a call.
Not quite the right price, but I mean, trying to get a royal. I mean, that's pretty fun.
Check.
Ooh, quick check.
Yeah, I think the ace-5 will check behind.
That's yeah. No, I think Rick check's fine. I just think that Don should give himself a little bit of a better chance to win there.
I mean,
If your plan is to never bluff in the river, then you should never be calling turn because you have zero fold equity in the
Right.
river. Because if you're never betting, then all you're doing is hoping for your 23%, which Rick is only giving him 2-1 on the river, so the mathematics do not quite add up.
I mucked that
You
wrong,
know, how
Paul.
long
I
can we
should have mucked
stay?
his hand
How long
first.
can we stay? And get as many, you know, because we were going to leave at like 2, but, or before 2. Like,
I agree, Barkeem.
I mean, I did win one of the high
He
hands.
won. Yeah,
No
Rick won the
checking
game.
here.
$600, and I think I had like, yeah, I had like ace 3, and it was like ace.
Oh, yeah.
If we can find out who our new player is, we can introduce him to our Twitch community.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. Oh, yeah, it was something like that.
He's got a post though.
I believe that is Brian.
Just come in.
Come in, he's a new player coming.
Yeah, I get it.
Brian? Brian B?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Brian
sure.
5?
I don't think anybody else is
Played a
posted.
few cash games with him, not too many. I don't really remember him too much.
Well, there was a really nice close-up of Brian, so he can show his friends and family when he checks out our replay, either on our Twitch page or you can go to our website, pokeronair.com. We will post all of our videos the following day as soon as we can, so you can watch them whenever you like. So again, go to pokeronair.com to watch all of our high-definition 1080p videos on our website.
Rudy
Ryan
raises
calls.
to 8 with 5s. Ryan is Jack 10, he calls.
It's kind of like
People like to play the Jack 10.
casino with all the slots and everything is separate from poker.
Ryan really likes Jack 10.
He's
a
got the
lot.
button, so it's not terrible by any means.
Basically, they got separate building.
It's a lot of fours.
For poker.
It's like how you're golfing.
Rudy does 13.
Every hole 4.
It all kind of reminds me of like
I play a lot of Army golf.
or like a
Yeah.
park or something like that.
Left, right, left, right.
I get it. I like it.
A movie theater, like all.
And Ryan quickly folds.
Live close to the beach.
Surprise there.
I mean, it's like a 5-minute drive.
Oh.
I thought he might take one off.
Not against Rudy. Rudy's kicking the crap out of him.
Florida's nice. It doesn't take 3 or 4 hours to get there.
That's why I thought he might take one off.
Well, he took his jacket off. That's a good start.
Yeah,
He
now
should take
we
his
could-
shirt. He
yeah,
should take
good.
his shirt off
And the
then,
hat.
then put the jacket back on.
Shirt and a hat.
We represent the Lollipop Guild.
The new player's Brian, if you guys haven't figured that out.
Our buy-ins tonight varied from 200 to 500 tonight. In the future, we do plan on having different games. Maybe a 2-5 game, Omaha, sit and go, pineapple in the future. Just to mix it up, give you guys something new to look at. Give us something new to talk about.
We're also looking to get in a 2-5 game going
Sure.
soon. I can't wait to see that.
Let's go up. What's 2-5, 5-10, 1,000, 2,000, whoever wants to play on our table, come on over. If you have any interest thank you for the follow, Void9to5. Yeah, if you feel any interest in renting out our table, we also do that. So if you want to do that, contact us either on our website, pokeronair.com, or leave us a message in the chat, and we'll try to get a hold of you.
Check. Check.
It's like Ryan get the best of it so far.
And another check.
Appreciate that 9 to 5.
Yes, I was just going to say that. We thank you
Kapler,
very much.
Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Warms my heart.
9.
And they love the announcer in the suit.
That must be me.
We are in Akron, Ohio.
It's a nice place to be.
That's not too bad.
No. I like my immediate surroundings. Got this beautiful backdrop behind me. Great co-host. Got like
Where's he at?
I got a 50-inch screen in front of me, showing me all live poker action. This is awesome.
That's my favorite part.
And a restroom right around the corner in case I get too nervous.
I like having the big screen TV watching the poker
Sure.
and getting to talk about it. Nick with 8-9 suited under the gun.
Ooh.
I don't mind that.
Most of the time I say no big deal, chuck that in the middle. I want to watch Nick play. Nick has been playing so good. I always want to see him getting some pots.
Brian calls. Brian makes it 16.
Okay, here we go. Rick raises. Brian calls with 4s. Ryan gets ace king and re-raises. And Rick calls with 3-6.
And Brian says, hey, if I have a pair, I'm probably going to pop a set because that's all that's been happening so far. Look at that beautiful overhead shot. Gorgeous.
Check. Check. Ryan bets 10.
Oh, that's just not enough.
Mind Squeeze, we're just starting out. This is on our third broadcast. We are here every Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern time.
Call.
So tell your friends, come hang out, spread the word for us, and we'll keep broadcasting you this awesome poker action. Rick has devious plans on this hand.
Wow.
Devious
Check.
plans.
Check.
If Ryan doesn't make a pair here, I think Rick's going to be able to steal this away.
And he didn't make a pair. Let's see if Rick tries to take it.
I'm going to say 40 bucks.
22 is the
Oh my gosh, he went less. He went for the value bet. The little value blufferoni.
The thin value bluff.
Blufferonis. Rick is a boss tonight, just making people cry.
I think he had for that the whole way.
I think he has a thing against leprechauns and bad t-shirts. Yeah, old Rick put him in a cage in that one. Ryan was no man's land. He had no idea what to do there with Ace King. Such a great float spot because there weren't really any draws out there, so
Right.
Rick could only be betting a made hand, which is why Ryan folded his Ace King.
Yeah, it's a made hand or a missed draw.
Brian calls.
Poor Vicky, this table is just massive.
Yeah.
She has to stand up and get the cards.
Clyde with a suited ace. It looks like we got a straddle on.
Call.
It must be Rick Straddle. He's the only one straddling so far tonight.
I think Don Poltz put one on, I think. And Dan Crafton did too.
Kapuya.
Check.
That's a whiff-a-roni for everybody.
Everybody misses. Look at Clyde.
Ed bets 15.
I like it.
Cool.
Yeah, I think Dr. Drexler can get this one through here.
Nice bet. Well played. Nobody wants to bet? Fire out there.
Well, old Clyde, obviously he had that massive hand, but he's kind of come out of a shell. Ooh, a little shot to the camera. I think I just made eye contact with Clyde. That was interesting. I think he's looked into my soul. I think Biff fell asleep. Biff, wake up. You're getting cards now, Biff. Wake up, buddy. Oh, there he is. Oh, alarm clock went off.
Stakes are $1, $2, no limit hold'em.
Thank you very much, Mind Squeeze. Appreciate the follow.
Brian raises to 7.
And free healthcare.
Brian calls.
Thank you so much.
The buy-ins tonight ranged from $200 to $500.
I think we're actually going to keep fudging with that. We might, you know, I don't think we'll make this an uncapped game, but we might even raise the buy-ins even further just to promote more action. Deeper the stacks, the more fun we can have.
Rick just trying to get in every pot tonight.
I mean, he's winning, so I guess that's a good idea.
Oh, I don't blame him.
So,
And
if you
John
were,
Poltz flops the boat.
if you were Don and you could think of a flop, I mean, this is basically what you'd be thinking of. Thank you so much, Womp League. Our first donation of the night. Appreciate it so much.
Thank you very much.
I love seeing that graphic. That's awesome. So Brian doesn't want to see a 10. That would be
Oh.
bad.
That's what the card I was rooting for.
I guess we already knew that, didn't we? We didn't even have to ask what you wanted to see.
Welcome to the game. Boom.
He's going again. How much it's gonna be? It's gonna be tiny? Are we going tiny? 40?
That's 30.
30.
Yeah.
This is
a little less than half.
Yeah, this is, I mean,
Raise to 80.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think at this point, I think raising's fine.
I think I still flat one more time there, but
But
I don't hate a raise.
Yeah, he's just not betting enough.
Yeah.
Like, if he was betting like 45 or 50, I think it's completely fine to call. But at this point, you're hoping your opponent has a jack, or maybe even like ace king or something, and you just hope that he can
Don's
stick around.
Yeah, he takes down a nice little pot there. $186 in that pot.
Button's good. Straddle.
Don's happy. We got a happy face.
That's a happy face?
Oh boy, he just.
Boy, I'd hate to see him pissed.
He's what you call tickled pink. Hey chat, any of you guys interested in the March Madness NCAA bracket? Show of hands.
I'm in.
Hey guys, dingalings, they're in the room with me. I don't want to see your hands. I can see you guys every day of the week. If any chatters out there are interested in hopping in our ESPN March Madness bracket, if you go under leagues and search for Rubber City Poker, we have a league set up there, and fill out your bracket. We're gonna give away
21.
some Poker on Air swag, if you will. So you just go out there, fill out your bracket, and our password is Twitch Poker on Air. So type that in there, no spaces, and you can join our ESPN bracket, and we'll give you like a free hat or something.
Rick raised pre-flop to 21
Oh my
king
God.
3.
Let's get nasty. Let's see $400 pot. Let's go.
Clyde calls pre-flop with ace-jack suited, and the flop is ace-king-king.
I like what you're thinking there, free healthcare. Screw Kentucky. Hope they lose the first round.
Call.
Nice flat.
Yeah.
Oh! Shh, 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 shh. Don't.
That's brutal.
Guys, this is. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hit the chat. Wait for it. 10, 9, 8. Here we go.
Call.
just put king on the river just for fun.
And a check.
Just so we can always lose our minds.
That's 20. And a call.
Whoa, $20 into 119? Hang on.
What's value betting?
Back up the mother loving train. $20 with the nuts? Come on, man. So Rick basically flops the world, and you let him off for $20 on the turn and river. You have full house and you made $60 basically. That is pretty weak. Arkai1, thank you for the follow. Tanuro, appreciate the follow. Endless 1 2 3 4. I guess it should have been like endless like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 infinity. But whatever. Appreciate the follow.
I'm sorry.
No, they're good. They're good. They're good. They're good.
They're good. Okay.
First time doing that.
What's going on in this next hand
That
here?
is 10.
So Queen Jack checked it in. Don Juan makes it $10.
I'm
Rick
thinking
calls.
Rick's coming in, yeah. Oh, and Brian picks up aces. Let's see how much he raises here.
There's another happy as a clam face.
Brian makes it 21. Brian folds. I almost said fold.
All right.
Call.
Don calls, and Rick's going to call.
No, yep.
Well, the way things are going tonight, I think either somebody's going to flop a flush here, or Don will flop a set.
No, Rick's gonna go off the wheel, obviously.
The wheel?
Oh, pretty
Oh,
close. Pretty
flush
close.
draw.
Check.
Brian checks his aces.
Check.
Don checks his tens. Rick's not going to check his flush draw here.
That's 40.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. If I'm Brian, I'm check raising
Yeah,
probably
I'm
probably
gonna-
almost everything.
I'm probably going to jam it here with his stack. And there's a very good chance he could get called.
Yeah, pot's 105. He'd be jamming 204 total. You make it 90?
Raise to 80.
Oh my gosh.
Min raised.
Guys, the click back is not real. It's not. I mean, it's not.
Not a good spot for it.
Okay, so now, so if Brian puts Rick on what he has, a flush draw, so now he's getting over 4 to 1 in
Yeah.
a call when he's 38% to win. Come on, what are we doing here?
I would not be surprised to see him raise back.
Yeah, just slam in the
All
middle.
announced.
Yeah.
So the question is Brian just that timid? Is that why he didn't do it to begin with? Like, is he just that, like, he just can't lose his stack? Is that what he's afraid of?
Yeah, he's already put 80 in. He's only got 124 back.
It almost fell. It almost fell.
Oh.
Unless you think he's flopped a set.
This hand's like, happening like the way I thought it would, but just not in the order I thought it
Right.
would. Like, I just assumed Brian would stuff it in the middle on the flop, not allow Rick to. See, now, like, this is why you can't just click it back. You're just in this spot where you have no idea what to do. Like,
Yeah.
like you're like, oh, am I putting it in bad, or am I putting it against a flush draw? Like he doesn't know.
And that's why when I said when I'd raise it, I'd shove it with his hand and his stack. I would have shoved it.
And Rick still would have called. I mean, that's fine.
Most likely, yeah.
Not that I have any control.
I mean, granted, you know, I think Rick would normally assume that he has one over to the board as well as his flush draw, but in this case, obviously, he doesn't.
Oh, 2 kings. That was a jack.
Yeah, and then
Oh, that I had him before.
JC Jones, I think you nailed it on the head.
It's a different deck.
Yeah, that
We switched
The other
decks.
one didn't have the paint there.
Is he folding for real?
there.
Is he really?
I had a lot.
There it goes. Yep, you already. Oh, the mind games. Is he flipping a coin in his head? Oh, what am I gonna do? Oh, there it is. I mean, so
I think this is and we had aces fold on a flop. They got check raised on a flop earlier, and I think it was a lot different situation.
I'm guessing like a 3 or a 6 is coming on a turn, just for the record.
What, to give him another draw?
Yeah.
Or 2,
Okay, we're just gonna leave these stacked here because
2, 3,
they're gonna get one
6.
of you two.
And then Nick call for the win.
Since you guys are figuring that out.
Oh, super nit hype right now for sure.
I'm sorry, we're getting in.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Not exactly sure what you think is embarrassing here.
Oh, there's one of them.
There's the straight draw, flush draw,
Oh, so close.
and the aces hold up.
I almost got the.
Thank you, Bryle BR, for the follow. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that correctly. I think Rick's actually probably through the fire. Thank you for the follow.
The pot was not
Air
quite
Class, thank you for the
$1,000
follow.
because Brian did not have 800 to call.
I think Brian had like about 200 or so.
Yeah.
Maybe no, he had like 250 to start the hand with, maybe.
He had, yeah, so I'd say it was about $400.
I'll say closer to 5, but yeah, basically.
Those guys are loving us, and you guys are the same time. You're kind of ball. We're live right now.
Hey, Mark.
But stacks weren't getting into that.
You're the big one.
There's nothing.
If you guys need a restroom, just go one at a time, and if you need a drink, one at a time.
Hey, Mark, get me some Yingling. No, go get me some.
What is
I
Yingling?
have one if you want it, Brian.
Yeah.
I have one.
No,
What is Yingling?
I don't drink.
Pennsylvania beer. Is
I tell you what,
Ying, ding,
this game's been pretty fun so far.
It has been.
Alright, I got Don first. Okay.
That's the first time one of our big pairs actually held up.
Fold, fold. Pretty fold.
There's my knock.
Lemon Key Face 11, thanks for watching in the UK.
A 7.
RFID.
Hey, Paul, why don't you do your best British accent?
I don't have one.
Oh, come
I'm
on.
terrible.
Do it for the fans. The fans are begging.
If I could even come close to one, I would do it.
That's okay.
Australian?
Check start.
Like this.
I can do a little Pennsylvania Dutch.
That's 10.
Dutch oven, you mean? Wow. Rick's like, well, I'll lose the big ones, I'll win the small ones.
Rick's still winning for the night, just not as much.
So much for viewership.
Good luck to any of you guys out there on in the chat, grinding somewhere. Good luck in all your tournaments, cash games, whatever you're doing out there.
I missed the whole thing that was there.
Appreciate you guys hanging out.
Or something.
Dutch oven for the win.
Oh, they didn't ask you, did they?
You know what face I make when my wife Dutch ovens me?
That's funny. I'm doing all the work.
This face.
And our table's not made out of particle board.
You're not red, Jim.
It's made out of regular board. God.
Yeah, is the shirt's red?
Now we're good.
How good it is.
Hey, fold.
We are playing in Akron, Ohio. 1-2 no limit cash game. Buy-ins ranging from 200 to 500.
Call.
And if you're new to the stream, we are here every week, every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern time.
Call.
We usually play for about 4 hours or so, but
Call.
who knows? Maybe we'll play longer. The game is pretty juicy.
The table is able to read the cards by a RFID chips embedded in the cards, and then there are sensors. If you can see the small circles in front of each player, they run their cards over there, and the sensors read the cards and send it to the computer.
That's 10.
We are in Akron, Ohio.
Around here we call it the AK Rowdy because we
Raise
get
25.
rowdy. Yep, just cracked myself up, guys. Don't worry about it.
Fold. Fold. Call.
So Rick's always gonna win this hand somehow, right?
I don't know. Well, he could spike a 9, I guess,
Or
or jack.
I feel like a king or an ace is gonna come. He's just gonna bluff him off of it.
That's 25.
Thank you, Benta Zona. This is some high tech ish for sure. A lot of man hours went into this one.
And a fold.
The conception of this idea came years and years ago, but it wasn't until like the last 10 months or so that we really started putting like all of our efforts into getting this high quality broadcast that you see today. We have a accomplished producer that has a keen eye for making this program look as well as it does. Mr. Len Brown of Beacon Productions, if you will.
Quiet since Dan left.
Well, I'd like to congratulate all of us who've been working so hard. We just hit 103 viewers. We're first time hitting triple digits, so thank you everyone for hanging out. Appreciate the follow, Elliot.
Team Rudy with the 6-8 under the gun.
Rudy fold.
Would you not take a rake? The only rake we need is your follows and your love. We appreciate it so much.
Is the bet.
Looks like Clyde made it 15 beans, and he's going to win the monies.
Not much going on there.
We're sweetening the pot.
Yes, we are.
More cupcakes, guys.
This is your hand.
Uh-oh.
You gotta give him for Dan.
You see that little tasty treat in the middle?
Okay, here we go.
It
We're
could
gonna
only mean that it is.
sweeten the pot.
It's time to sweeten that pot. The winner of this hand will get to take home 3 delicious cupcakes made by Jessica's Cupcakery.
Just desserts.
Just desserts. No hot dogs, just desserts.
The cupcakes.
Yeah, take one off the top there, dealer.
You can smell them from here. Can't you?
I'll be having my arm.
I wonder if Rick ate the first batch yet.
I'm doubting it.
Call.
Maybe did some curls with them.
Call.
Do you think there's anybody at the table that Rick couldn't bench press?
Not anymore.
Call. Ready?
Man, the poor guy gets his king's crack. You're
We're all
just
gonna try to-
crushing him.
Everybody but one.
Nick doesn't want the cupcakes.
7-way chop.
This is not a sit and go. It is a cash game, and the cupcakes are just a little added prize to whoever wins this pot. We throw them in every now and then to sweeten the pot.
Check.
Get it? We're literally
That is
sweetening,
6.
sweetening the pot. What's up, Sweden? Thanks for hanging out.
Call. Call. Fold.
Ryan's got the good old straight there. It's like few people are looking for the 8 for the nuts, or the nuts would be the 9-10, but
Go forward.
don't tell Brian. Brian still has the winning hand at this point.
Check. That's 21.
Sweetening the pot. Oh my gosh, the chat is way funnier than I am. I should just read the chat the rest of the night because you guys just create my material. Kyle looks like he's holding in a fart right now.
Fold.
And he squeals it out. Taking a break.
Call.
Oh,
It is not a 2-5 no limit game. It is a 1-2 no limit game.
it's a 1-2 cupcake game. 1-2. The cupcakes are the straddle. Brian with the check mark.
Bet 55.
It's a good size.
Might be a little too much for Don to call though.
But what is Don?
Yeah.
Ooh, added incentive.
What's that?
He said, win or lose, I'll have the cupcakes with you.
They're good cupcakes. I don't think they're $55 good.
Baloney.
Can't find that button.
I had a bite.
What cupcakes?
They are worth all $55 worth.
Do you agree to that? If you win?
That means I can't lose, right? At least
I mean, Ryan's obviously super confident right now. I mean, I think he's pretty much tipped his hand. But what's to say that Ryan wasn't betting a naked 8 this whole way through? I think Ryan's chatter is going to get the fold from Don. Check you later.
That was a close one. Do you have me? 4-8. That's pretty good fun.
I agree, Muse Mate. That was a terrible river for him.
And you win the cupcake.
We should force him to eat all the cupcakes at one time.
All right, well, I'm going to step out for a little while and let Suited Dan in since he's done playing poker for the night.
Thank you, Dak00 for the follow.
You want yours
Who's the
now?
cards?
I don't know. It says on the card.
And
I
this
don't
game-
Shelly Lynn, thank you for the follow.
Is
I really
legal.
hope that's my sister, by the way.
Is it still
know. Is it still Northern History?
Hockey poker, this game is legal in Ohio because we take no rake from the game.
I don't know. It says it on the card.
Who's a straddle?
We have a straddle going on, Paul.
And we have a straddle.
Yes,
Shelly
sir.
Lynn, are you my sister?
Online
Is that what's
bakery.
happening? Get in the chat. Let me know.
Are they from Ohio?
They are from. Yeah, it's a 330 number, so it's got to be Ohio.
All right, let's let Suited Dan in here now.
Brian folded.
Eat the butt. The buy-in is 200 to 500. Any amount in between.
I know it's tough. I'll answer to either name.
Oh, I guess everybody folded.
First flop, and it was a straddle. My next door neighbor growing up with Brian. So
My sister texted me and she said to quit talking about Dutch ovens.
mom was yelling outside.
On that note, welcome to the booth, my main man Dan.
What's up, T-Dot?
And then you both go home.
How you feeling? You still feeling a little sore from that hand earlier?
Licking my wounds, licking my
You
wounds.
gonna lick a cupcake? Might make you feel better.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, there's not really too many cupcakes at the table tonight. Everyone's pretty much coming out balling.
Yeah, I think I'm
letting
gonna,
it rip.
I'm gonna have to, like, tackle somebody and get a cupcake tonight.
I told you could have half of mine.
You got cooties.
I don't have cooties. I'm cootie free.
Hello, Twitch Poker chat room.
They all
What
missed-
is up,
They
people?
missed you. Look at them. They're going ham over
I know.
there.
I know to fold. They should have folded.
Are they yelling at you?
Yeah, they're yelling at me.
Oh,
He's like, you knew. I know.
sometimes you know, and you just
So here's my thought process, which obviously was the wrong thought process.
perfect time. We'll pretend it's a little post-game interview.
Okay, well, totally wrong thought process, right? Like, I re-raise him, his 15 pre-flop, Maverick called, I re-raise it.
Yep, to 45.
I assume if he's gonna have aces, he's gonna come over top, right?
Right.
He's gonna come big, so I can let it go. So where do I put him? I put him, if he's gonna call that, I'm gonna put him on a bigger pair. So I'm thinking queens jacks the whole time. 10-10-8 hits the board. I'm thinking no 10,
Check
Right.
around to you, Rudy.
no 8s, right?
Yep.
Check.
So I bet he re-raises. I'm like, well, he could do that same thing with queens, but JC Jones is right. I knew somewhere in the recess of my head I was beat, but sometimes you just make the wrong call.
Nick bets 25.
Thanks, Ben.
Feels good. They got the fan
I tried to do good. I sat and folded all night long. Finally got a hand.
Sitting there just folding laundry. I think
Folding laundry.
Nick's can get this through here. No one's really got anything. So we got a check through. Nick flopped a flush draw. Check through. He realized if no one's going to bet the race, then his semi bluff's probably going to work. So it did.
Scotia, you're absolutely right. He did promise me a cupcake, and when we were on break, I started looking for him, and he goes, "Oh, I gave them all away."
Well, rude.
So hopefully somebody hooks me up with a cupcake here at some point of this evening.
You just said that because the equipment's overheating.
Because we're not going on break.
Trevor, I missed you. What's up, buddy?
Nothing, man. I'm hanging out with my fat head, my half-eaten cupcake.
I know you're hanging out with me, but
all my,
really, do you have to tell everybody that I have a fat head?
All my new chat. Oh, I didn't think about it like that.
No, I did.
Hanging out with my new chat, my new Twitter friend.
You got 108 friends.
I do have 108 friends.
What up?
The chat is blowing up tonight. They're telling way better jokes than I ever could.
That's because you're terrible at it. If you had the skills and the wit like I do,
well, that's why you're here.
Then the chat room is they're just like your backup. They're like the laugh track in a sitcom.
So it is. So I'm like Joey and Rachel and friends, and they're just in the audience like, ha 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 ha.
Exactly.
Ross, you're so funny.
If that's what you want to feel.
You know what show I just started watching recently, which I'm not sure why I'd never started before, is Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah, that's a great show.
So funny.
Ron Swanson.
Oh gosh, he needs his own show.
Look at that. It looks like Brian, who's sitting in my seat, is hitting everything. Look, they're giving cupcakes away.
Oh, you left way too soon.
And he's just hitting. I seen he had aces. They held up.
Yeah. Well, obviously, he wanted you to warm the seat up. Now that it's warm and juicy, he's gonna win all the money.
Most likely. Look, there goes. They're just handing out cupcakes. Like they're just handing them out. Is it the last
Oysten
one?
08. Thank you.
Oh, look at that.
Frank the Tank.
Frank the Tank.
It's so good. It's so good. It touches your lips.
Look at this, folks. Chat room. Chat room. Don't worry.
Allison, I'm like,
I
wish I had a cupcake.
Sad face. Thanks, Ryan.
Just ramble. Thank you for the follow.
Hopefully you'll read this later on.
Our followers tonight are just blowing up.
Cupcakes, guys. I'll take the highest bidder.
Look at that. There's like side bets going out there on cupcakes.
Sometimes you just got to give a friend a cupcake. Someone's having a rough day, get their kings cracked, give them a cupcake.
Hey, did you give a heads up to Z Rambo?
Z Rambo, thank you for the follow.
Our latest follower. Yes, Elliot. Love The Office. Not the British version, the U.S. version.
Whoa,
Steve
we
Carell.
have some UK friends in the house. Watch what you say.
I'm not saying it's a bad version. I'm just saying I've only watched the U.S. version.
That's not what I heard from your lips.
Look, I like the guy from The Walking Dead. He's British, right?
Rick Grimes.
So I give you that.
Did you watch on Sunday?
No, I didn't watch Sunday.
All
No
right,
spoilers.
we won't talk about it.
Oh, JC, let me find a question. Who's the most intimidating player at the table?
At this table?
Uh,
Like poker wise, or like in a fight?
Like in a fight, it's gonna be Rick. If you sat next to him and saw his guns,
Like,
I mean,
like he could he could bench press like 3 people at one time.
right. I'm thinking he could bench press me.
Like he has Hulk Hogan biceps.
But to be honest, like the players that I think are pretty tough right now,
Check.
Rick, because he's kind of a wild card, but he also knows what he's doing. But then a lot of times he'll come in with some crazy hands and you just don't expect it. Don, solid player. He's one I'd watch out for.
Well, since you haven't been back here like I have, watching all the hands.
Yes.
Nick has by far played the best.
Well,
of
Nick
everybody.
was gonna be my last people. I was gonna name the third.
Best for last.
And Nick was gonna be
So
my
you
best
want
for last.
you want like third, second?
No, I think Nick's playing pretty solid poker. I haven't seen a lot of his hands,
Well,
but I could just tell by the way he's playing and how he's moving in and out of hands that he's pretty rock solid.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't watch any of that last hand, by the way. Rudy won. Just talking to him briefly during the break. He's like a level 3, level 4 thinking player. Like he's not thinking like, ooh, I have a pair, I'm gonna bet. It's more like, what does he have? What does he think that I have, and how can I get max value? Which is exactly what we're trying to get on our table to show our viewers like the best possible 8-person table.
I just wonder what he's probably looking at me going, man, hey big dude, why can't you fold them kings? You know you're beat.
Why do you have to call you big dude?
Because I'm a big
kinda
dude.
rude.
That's all right. Hope that answered your question.
Raise to 10.
Excuse me, JC.
Call.
I hope that answers your question.
Gold.
Those are the 3 people that I think are probably
Call.
the most intimidating, the most people to
Call.
are.
All right,
I'd watch out
we got
for.
some hands here. We got some 10s and some 9s.
Gold.
Yeah, let's get back to the action. Sorry, I'm just yakking away. I love to talk.
We missed each other.
I did.
It's been a whole week since we've been able to cuddle up next to each other.
Thanks, Davey. Appreciate it.
Is he talking about you or me?
I don't know. I'm assuming he's respecting something I said. because I totally respect Davey.
Yeah, I didn't get any compliments. So once you showed up, obviously they're come flying.
Yeah, that's one of our founders, the guy in the Run It Up shirt. He just got that in today, I believe.
Yeah, because we all love Jason Somerville.
So the 9s and the 10s are like, whoa.
They're like, oh crap.
Nick's
But
got the best hand.
Nick's got the best of it. 10s are probably like, well, there's only one overcard. Maybe I'll stick around for a little while.
Who's this B10315?
That's 35.
He's my friends.
Oh, okay. That's why he's kissing your face.
Oh yeah.
See, I said face.
Yes. He doesn't think I have cooties.
I have a cupcake. I don't care about your cooties at this point.
I think the whole table is just like Tank City right now.
You think?
Yeah, everyone's just like super quiet and just like.
Wait a minute.
What?
There's Rick's hand. All right, Rick bets his mid pair. Oh
Excuse
no,
me.
he called. Sorry,
Very interesting.
I didn't see. There's so many hands on the screen.
You
right
gotta
now.
put your head up so you can see over Rick's cards. Oh, wrong
Oh,
way.
now I see the cards.
That's okay. Fold.
Oh, they're gone now.
All right, now we can see.
I just wanted some TV
I
time.
bet you were thinking so. I thought, what's gonna
Yeah,
bother you?
yeah. Ryan was
Did you
doing a little
go?
Hollywood action there.
I have some too.
Certainly.
Cup District. This is a cash
Well,
game.
he does want his Hollywood time.
Thursday.
Now Clyde the Glide. Thinking about it.
Looking at my chips over there.
So yeah, I think if Clyde calls here, I think Don's gonna fold. I love when the chat has been watching long enough that they answer the questions for us.
Well, that's what didn't I say like about 20 minutes ago that they're like your laugh track, they're your support.
Yeah, that's right. You did
We
say
have
that.
well, we're at 96 now. You guys, we have to stay above 100, so please call your friends.
This is really tough, but I think
I wish I could tell you what Bobby just did when he popped his head in the room, but it's Eagle Eagle.
That's all right. He's jealous because I play king.
All right, so
I
we're
play
down-
kings like a boss.
So we're down. Okay. So we're down to 2 here. Oh, we got Nick and Rick. Ooh, Don is so mad right now. He's folded the winner.
Can we get a
Whoopsie.
shot on Don?
Don's just crying in his Cheerios right now.
Let's see the steam coming out of his ears.
That is 80.
Now he's just counting all the chips that he lost.
This is a pretty hearty bet from Nick. By hearty, I mean just over half pot. My math is off there.
Rick needs to stop looking at the camera. It creeps me out. Yo, guy in a Run It
There it
Up
goes.
shirt. Yeah, he had to let it go.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
didn't catch his other card.
No, Rick. If Rick flops a piece, he's definitely
Yeah.
peeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rick definitely peels. Top pair, bottom pair, doesn't matter. He's always just hanging out. But he's not gonna really call twice with like a hand as crappy as Ace-4.
Clyde's all the way in from fabulous Las Vegas.
The it factor. Hey JC, why don't you elaborate on that a little bit? For
Yeah,
us?
please.
I'm curious.
I mean, I know a lot of it people. But
You ever hold your tongue and say it?
or Apple.
What happens when you say apple?
Try it.
Nah. You're probably trying to trick me.
Hey, speaking of that,
What?
dude, do you know who Jeff Goldblum is?
Yeah, the guy from Jurassic Park, The Fly,
Wasn't it Brendel McFly?
Independence Day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all those.
Oh yeah.
Raised to
Jeff
10.
Goldblum.
So I'd say about a year ago,
Mm-hmm.
I saw him
Where at?
at a casino,
Oh, your second home.
and
What casino was it?
the conversation held between us was that he called me an a-hole.
What?
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum called me an a-hole.
After this hand, we're gonna have to have you elaborate on why or how.
Rick hits top pair.
And it's on you.
Yeah, $60. Yeah.
That is
I
15.
have 2 out.
Thank you.
Okay, so you're at the casino. Jurassic Park gets Jeff Goldblum.
Wasn't it Brendan McFly? Or wait, what was the guy's name in the Fly?
You're talking about Back to the Future again.
No, that's no. But his name was Brendel Fly. What was Jeff Goldblum's name in the Fly? Brendel something.
Someone Google it.
Anyhow,
You guys ever heard of Google?
so I'm rocking the casino one night, and for some reason he's in Cleveland.
What were you playing?
Blackjack.
Okay.
So
A hobby of yours.
yeah. So me and my buddy, is a middle-aged guy, maybe more like 60-year-old guy.
Was it Rudy?
It wasn't Rudy.
Okay.
Me and this old dude, we're crushing. We were crushing the blackjack table, playing two-handed about 2 o'clock in the morning one night.
Sure. Yeah.
Making bank. Seth Brundle, that's his name. Seth Brundle. See, I knew it. And that movie was terrible. Anyhow, Jeff Goldblum, I hope you're listening.
Probably is.
So we're hanging out with this old dude, and this guy walks up and he just drops like $100.
We might have to take a little break here.
Oh,
because
yeah.
we have ourselves a hand.
Sorry, folks.
So we had a limp by Rick. Ryan raises to 11 and the cutoff with 2 queens. Clyde the Glide Drexler flats with ace jack suited. Now gets over to Don Juan DeMarco with 2 aces. And let's see what Mr. Ryan does.
I love it. This is action.
I think he just goes flatsy patsy.
Ryan? No, he's gonna repop.
Didn't he already call?
Oh, it's on Clyde.
Yeah. He's still thinking about when Michael Jordan beat his Portland Trailblazers in the '96 finals. If I just nailed that, like just guessing like what year it was, I'm gonna be pretty happy with myself. So a queen's probably coming, right? Because all of our big pairs are being squished.
Okay.
That was the.
It's the card that's gonna hurt Ryan.
So if Ryan was on the Titanic right now, someone just threw him a life preserver.
Look at the wind went out of his sails, but he ain't leaving.
He's like a Tommy Boy, and he just wants to
Because you know what's
win.
going on in his mind? He's like, I got the heart redraw too, but he doesn't. But he's thinking it.
He's thinking that he needs to burn that shirt because it's been awfully unlucky tonight.
Yeah.
I think he got that from the Master P collection.
Do you think he calls
The
one?
na-na-na.
Do you think he calls one bet here?
How much is $80?
80? 175 pot?
He's got 328.
T-Rex arms.
Who said? Oh man. Oh, Benzona.
I told you he calls one time.
One time.
Oh.
And now he might call again.
Now he's thinking I got the Queen of Hearts.
Ooh, I think Don just winked at him. It was like a slow, like sultry wink. Check.
What?
Nuh-uh. Oh,
I thought it was a queen.
So did I. I thought that lady was dancing.
You got there with that jack.
Oh.
Got there with that jack. Ryan, what are you putting him on?
What? Yeah.
Did you put? I guess he just put him on 2 jacks. That's what we call wishful thinking.
I think knowing how Don is as a player, I think Ryan should fold here. But Ryan just he wants to see where he's at. I'm like 60-40, he's going to call.
For whatever reason, Ryan's putting him on jacks, and I'm not sure why. Jacks are not 3-betting out of position like that.
Just see, it's curiosity. Curiosity killed that cat. I know Ryan. He's one of my boys, and he's just too curious. He even thinks he had 3 jacks, and yet he still makes the call. The king doesn't even phase him.
Yeah, when you laid off on the turn, I didn't think you had the king.
Yeah. You both took the hard draw.
I'm gonna move this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nice hand.
Excellent.
So,
Like I said, we got Jimmer Fredette in the chat room. What's up? Shooting them jumpers. There's a updated chip count list.
how does Ryan get paid with the king on
Don's
the flop?
doing pretty good for himself. Up to 761. Clyde, as Dan knows, had that huge hand. Nick chipping up well. I think Nick's almost doubled up here. So it gives you a nice little idea of what we got going on.
Call. Call.
I don't see suited Dan stack.
Call.
No. I have a rough estimate what it is, though.
What?
0. Your chip stack is a cupcake.
Sorry that you staked me.
Yeah.
And I lost all your monies.
It's alright. What I lost in money, I made up with Twitter hangout people.
Not a home game. This is a game inside the Poker Penthouse,
That's right.
located in beautiful downtown Ohio.
Downtown Akron, Ohio.
That's 10.
I didn't say the Akron part?
No.
No.
You have mint chocolate chip icing in your brain now.
What?
Yep. Alright, see old Team Rudy here.
Oh, did we get back
with
to the
bottom
Jeff?
pair.
Does anybody does anybody want to hear the end of the Jeff Goldblum story? If
Yeah.
the chat room votes that they want it, then I'll tell the rest. If not, I'll just eat the cupcake.
Check the round.
What's up, Chi-Town? We'll come to Chicago. We'll come run this game in Chicago if you want to play.
You can find out on our website about
Yeah.
how much it will cost us to bring our whole crew and our table to Chicago.
Well, you can bring a couple cupcakes.
We'll bring the snacks.
You put the cupcakes on the table, we'll bring the cupcakes for you to eat.
Call. Roll.
Let me tell you, we're a fun bunch of guys
You hit your
and girl.
Yep.
There's a girl on staff.
Yep. Paul Moskowitz is her name. Paul's been in the other room all night. I miss the little booger. What's up, Jimmers? 95.
You can play whatever game you want. We'll bring it to your area.
What kind of games do you like?
We'll play whatever stakes you want to play. We'll bring the chips. We'll bring the table. We'll bring the cards. We'll bring the coolness.
I'll bring my fat head.
Yes.
Trevor will bring his fat head, and I'll bring my fat head.
Stacks on stacks.
Wait,
of
so
fat heads.
what's the verdict on the Jeff Goldblum story?
Yay or nay?
I think it's a yay. I mean, really, I'll just
Congratulations, Spartan Ginger.
do whatever I want.
Did you see that? Thank you for the chuckle.
Thank you. It's like the nuts. 104 people.
Call.
We appreciate all the viewers
Brings
tonight.
to 10.
Love it.
You can find us here every single Tuesday night, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So if you got nothing to do and you want to hang out with Trevor, Paul, and me,
Make us your homepage. What are you making a mess? You guys can't see what Dan's making a mess on the
I'm
table.
cleaning up. I'm cleaning up frosting off the
Every
table.
Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, we will be here. We will have players on the table, and the whole cards will be visible every time.
All right, just let me get the story out, and then we're done with this whole argument about Jeff
All right,
Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum,
So,
the star.
anyhow.
The star.
So he walks up to the table
Dress
and he
part.
puts $100 on the table, and like I said, we're running hot, and I didn't want some guy to screw up our table, right?
Right.
So
You have a certain alignment of cards. You have a certain mojo working.
right. Me and this old guy were just crushing the whole shoe, and I'm like, bring a hand in, and it's gonna totally change everything for those that play blackjack.
yeah.
That's what happens.
So Jeff Goldblum.
So he comes in and he drops
Plops
$100
it- plops his
$100
lanky
chip.
butt down.
And I don't know him. I mean, I look up, and I don't pay attention to anybody. I'm like, kind of looks like
Rick has the
looks
winning
like
hand
somebody.
right now.
Looks like somebody famous. So he puts his $100 chip on, and I pull my bet back because I don't want to play the hand.
Right, because he's messing up the mojo.
And he doesn't even sit down. He's standing there hovering over his bet. So I pull my bet back. Dealer runs a blackjack, takes his money.
Whoopsies.
So Jeff Goldblum, who I didn't know was Jeff Goldblum time, he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, thanks for not playing, a-hole." And so I instantly retort back, "Thanks for ruining my shoe, a-hole." And then the dealer looks at me like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "What's your problem?" And the dealer's like, "Do you know who that is?" I'm like, "I really don't care." And she goes, "Well, that's Jeff Goldblum." And I'm like, "Oh, if I didn't know that, I'd tell him how bad that Fly movie was he made back in the 80s.
Heck yeah. Take that, Jeff
Anyhow,
Goldblum.
that's my run-in with fame.
Loser.
All the famous people I meet.
Get a hobby, Jeff
They hate me.
Goldblum. I don't have any run-ins with famous people.
You got me.
I was in LA once and I thought I saw Paris Hilton, but it might have just been a skinny streetwalker. Oh, actually, that's not true. I met Charlie Sheen once. He was like at my little league baseball game for some reason.
What?
Yeah. I was like, Emilio. Yeah, Charlie Sheen. Like he just like dropped in out of nowhere. I think he might be from Ohio or something. I don't know. Team Rudy. Where's everybody at in the chat with Team Rudy?
Rudy.
Raise to 11.
Jeff Goldblum is. I mean, he plays his.
I mean, he's
roles.
alright. I just think The Fly was a terrible movie.
He plays. He's on the show The League as Ruxin's father, which is.
He's also in
it's
some
perfect.
new commercial I see him on lately.
Which I don't know what they're selling at
Yeah,
all.
I
It's
just
just,
know
it's just Jeff Goldblum being like 8 foot tall, walking around in like a green screen,
Yeah, so like when I see him in that commercial, I just call him an a-hole.
just yelling at
Just
your
like the
TV.
screen, yeah.
Your wife's like, Dan, are you yelling at the TV again?
I said, yeah, it's a Jeff Goldblum commercial, yeah. Brian Folds, bottom pair. Bottom pair, top kicker.
It's not Rick. It's Brian. Rick would have called for sure. I made 3 4s in the turn.
Greatest movie of all time, what was it? Who's in Jurassic Park 1 and 2? 1.
Yeah,
Also-
when he's like hitting on the.
Remember he was talking about the chaos theory and how the water trickles off her hands?
Yeah. When he's hit on an archaeologist,
Right.
I almost called her a gynecologist, and that's a whole different Jurassic Park.
Yeah, they don't look, they just look at different bones.
Yeah. So yeah, so he's hitting on the archaeologist and dripping the water on her hand. Then all of a sudden,
Oh, Independence Day. They're remaking that.
nah.
Yeah, they're remaking it. They're not going to have the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in it.
Maybe Jazzy Jeff.
Maybe DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Raise to 6.
What was that? What's that guy that was in the? He was in the fighter jet at the end. And he took on the.
Oh, Randy Quaid.
Yeah, and he's lost his mind.
I love Randy Quaid.
Oh my god, I think he actually really was sucked up by aliens in that movie.
I think he was. All right, we got some rock solid hands
Thank
here.
you, Eric the Midget, for the follow.
Hey, don't make fun of midgets.
If he calls himself one, I think it's fair game.
They're vertically challenged people.
Sklurp. I think the jack is the
Whoa,
best right now.
there they go. I was saying, where are the cards at?
You just have to be patient and ask nicely.
Check.
Cards, please.
15.
Yeah.
Call. Fold. Fold. Heads up.
Castle Clyde.
So Clyde just unrelenting here.
Well, he's got a lot of chips to mess around with.
Check. Check.
Ooh, I'm betting there if I'm done.
Yeah.
You got a pair and a straight draw now.
He just
You got to bet a little get a little value out of that one.
Check.
Check. What is this?
Pair of 4s. Jack.
Colts wanted to see his hand.
Yeah, that was weird. I think we need to get some more straddles or something out there. They need to do some flips. The table looks like they're halfway asleep.
Oh wait, Eric the Midget died. I didn't know that.
I don't know who this person is.
He's a little guy.
Is that like Beetlejuice?
He's always calling the Howard Stern show. I remember that.
I remember Beetlejuice.
Who's an actor? They start calling him Eric the Actor, I think.
Is Dan playing again?
No, I'm just saying. I mean,
Or did he leave? Did he leave? No, he's working.
quieted down a lot. I mean, Rick was pointing out earlier, but it's true.
Oh wait.
He's commentating now.
How many names
Driving
does
the
he call?
conversation.
Oh, I'm talking about all you people. That's right. Look at you, money man.
Just 1 or 2.
Over and over.
I think Clyde might fold here.
I was thinking, look at 8s. They look like aces.
Fold.
You know.
We should make this game illegal to limp.
Raise to 8.
Wouldn't that game be way more fun? So Nick raises.
He could have put you on an 8.
Now Rick the boss got ace king off.
Being either pocket 8s or pocket 10s.
There's the old 3-bet. We haven't had many of those tonight. Not as many as I would like.
Why do we get a couple missing hands here? Who's Jim? Somebody didn't you tell me Jim looked like somebody famous?
Biff from Back to the Future. Tell you what, those movies hold up. You watch them now, they're just as good as they were back in the day.
Hey, can we get Nick to move his cards? Oh, thank you, Tony.
Tony the man.
There we go.
Both check.
What's on the flop? Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Nick doesn't want to see a queen.
No, he does not.
I think Nick can probably lead here profitably. I think raising and flatting a 3-bet, I think definitely looks like jacks and 10s are in his range for sure.
I like that bet.
Hey Chad, you guys know Stu Unger's famous quote? Holla at me if you do.
Range
Ooh.
60.
Rick's playing the game.
So what's going through Nick's mind right now?
Is Rick messing with him? So he's thinking, why is Rick clicking it back? If he has a jack, would he really check the flop?
Right.
Is he 3-betting? Is he re-raising a 10? Would he ever check an overpair? Probably none of those things. Is he semi-bluffing with a flush draw?
Pocky poker just made me laugh.
Call.
Okay. This could get very interesting.
Oh, boring card.
I don't know. It all depends what Nick does here.
Check.
It gives the opportunity to Rick. He's gonna bet out his ace.
The question is, can Nick come over the top?
If he comes over top big, I think
5.
what's Rick gonna do? I think he's gonna fold.
Nick makes it like,
he
I want
lets
Nick
it
to make
go.
like 200 right there.
Yeah, I don't know. Rick's pretty loose. I think he'd call. He called maybe thinking they're just chopping it or something.
That was interesting.
Max P 199. What up, brother?
Thank you for the follow. What do you mean, Pocky? What part of mind reading are you questioning?
You know, Paul took that couple.
You know, Trevor soul reads.
Like, I mean, Braille, but reading's reading, right?
See, I got the first bite.
You never laugh at my
First
jokes.
lick.
Really
You
making
won.
me
Sorry. I actually was reading.
Every now and again, at least Paul's like, "Guh."
You know I love you, man.
Raise to 10. Fold. Fold.
Even B Million. He was with us.
And a call. Heads up.
I hear you, B-mails.
We're broadcasting until 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Every Tuesday night.
15.
Yes, thank you.
Call.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even take that into account.
I think that's a great question, demons have me.
Bets 30.
Can we do like a straw poll on that?
What's the question?
Has Rick ever killed somebody?
I mean, I don't think he's ever done time.
If we do a straw poll, then
I have a feeling he won't answer on air.
yeah, because I mean, you know, you can't incriminate yourself. I think Boston's gonna go out and ask him if he's ever killed a man.
He does have a little bit of a Johnny Cash look to him, doesn't he?
Fold.
And I think the follow-up question to that is, have you done it with your bare hands?
That's obvious.
You never laugh at my jokes.
I'm continuing on with the bit.
You never laugh at my jokes.
We're getting several questions on Twitch. They want to know whether you killed somebody or not.
Just tonight or just ever?
I'm gonna have to plead the fifth.
Okay.
Hey, speaking of March Madness, get chillin'. You can join our Poker on Air March Madness,
I still had his mic on.
our Rubber
Of course
City
I could.
Poker
Yeah.
bracket
He still had his mic
challenge
on when they were interviewing.
on ESPN.com. if you'd like to fill your bracket in,
Yeah.
I just saw the
compete
headline.
with our fans and the staff here
Yep.
at Poker on Air,
If you're
just look up the group
you don't even think
Rubber
it's
City
saying
Poker
any of us.
on ESPN,
They probably
No.
didn't even.
and the
Don't lie.
password is Twitch Poker on Air. No
I'm just saying, he
spaces,
probably thinks
no
a lot
capital
different.
letters. Put your bracket in.
You can compete against me, Dan, Paul,
Compete
Tony?
against everybody.
Bobby, PJ.
So
Glenn?
and there's prizes for the winner. There's Poker on Air swag.
I mean, how often can you get in a competition?
Come on, Boston, come in here and show the swag that we give away. Come on, we need a camera shot on Boston. All right, let's can we bring the camera in on Boston? Just a little side
Wait.
camera.
If you guys were watching earlier, he had on a beautiful Poker on Air hat.
That's 20. Call. Call.
So 3 5s is a pretty good hand right now.
Call.
The only real hand that
Yeah,
Nick's
but, I mean,
afraid of is the Queen 9 suited.
Well,
Well,
got-
4-7's open ended
you
too.
got Eddie's open ended,
What do I know?
and then top pairs in there as well. There goes the other heart.
Oh, Nelly. Straight and the
The
heart.
straight and
That's what
flush.
that was the pain card for sure.
And now it's just gotta, if we just pair this river, then
Call.
this is just gonna be fantastic.
So Clyde leads out.
Call.
And Rick also flats.
Put
What's
a
it gonna
6.
be?
Put a 6.
Drum roll,
Put a
please.
6. Put a 6.
That's 25.
And we
I love it.
Houston, we have a pot.
Kessler Clyde bets out 25.
Call and announce.
Nick puts his chips in. 436.
Can Rick fold the second nut flush? Oh, with
Oh
ease.
my, he folds it
With
without
ease.
Yeah, without hesitation.
I guess having Clyde in the hand really kind of maybe froze him up there. Oh my gosh, he's thinking about it.
Oh. What do you say? Oh, he needs a count.
A count. I thought he's like, oh, I need to call.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. He said, I need to call.
Thank you very much for the follow. Demons have
Demons
me.
have me. You're the man.
Exilist, thank you for the follow. This has to be our most follows in one evening. This is amazing.
Hey, is he standing up?
I think.
What?
Oh my gosh, chat, get ready for that one. Oh my goodness.
Oh, he is.
I can't believe he just did that. Oh my gosh. B million. I'm glad you were. I'm glad you caught that one.
What do you say?
He's making sure that's a river card. Make sure it's
Oh.
showing.
You know what? I didn't mean to say that. That just slipped out.
I think he. I think he's gonna call though.
I think he wants to be a hero here. I think the lights and cameras are getting to him.
No, but I also think that like it looks like such an overbet that he's like, well, he never has it if he's betting that much. He's trying to make me fold. He hasn't done it.
Right, but I mean, look at what's on the board that beats him. I mean, he's got to.
Oh, there's.
Oh, wait a
tons-
minute. Kettle, pot. I guess that's me, right? You know, I'm doing the same thing.
Oh, sure. I mean, there's tons of things. Like, I mean, if he thinks through it, I mean, he should fold. But
Don't take me a while.
I've been working all day, so I need a nap.
Oh, you know, this hand just played out exactly as we wanted to see it. This is awesome.
We turn the air on. I'm good.
So much is the question.
exactly, that's what I thought he was
Right.
thinking of. He goes, why so much? If he has like a nutted hand like he does, why so much? Eat the butt. I hope he calls just because it's good for the game.
Oh yeah.
Actually, is it good for the game?
Well, I mean, it's a terrible move, but I mean, I think we've all sat in that position at some point.
I don't know if Clyde Glide has another bullet in him or not. I mean, if he goes, I'm gonna miscall him Clyde Glide. I know that.
I feel like I got him for sure.
Ooh, he's talking himself into it.
We'll just listen. We'll just listen to see if he keeps talking out loud.
Listen.
Oh my.
Chat room. Shh.
Yeah, guys, be quiet.
Shh.
Dan, so be quiet.
Hey, sorry, squeak.
2 hands beat me. You got one of them, huh? 2 hands beat
Oh,
me.
he's talking himself out of it now.
Does he not see the flush? 2 hands. I think like 30 hands beat him.
Wow. That might have been the worst fold in the world right there.
Oh, chat room.
Man, I probably should have pulled that.
You were beating the guy up and he made the right move.
I'll
Sixes,
definitely gotta
fives,
see that one.
aces,
Oh,
threes,
whatever.
ace
I'm pretty
3,
damn sure I had it.
5-3, 6-3. Any flushes. They all beat him. Not 2 hands, by the way.
Just because I love challenges.
Oh man, you guys are awesome in the chat.
I love my chat room.
After you're done talking about
You had to have a
poker fitness here for us.
Shh.
Sorry, I didn't know you had a bit.
Let me lead
You
into
got a
it.
bit.
Oh my gosh, you're crazy. Hey, how many hours do you sit at a poker table, Trevor?
Enough to make my back hurt.
I mean, do you ever get sore from hours and hours of sitting at a poker table?
I do indeed.
Your back gets sore, your neck gets sore. You're always looking for one of those massage girls to come on over.
Certainly.
But we can help you out without even having to pay for that massage.
How's that?
Well, we have a wonderful website called pokerfitness.tv.
What do you do there?
If you can go onto that website and check it out, it's a yoga, mind, body, wellness site for poker players. Because poker players are grinding at the table for hours and hours and hours, and certain muscles in your core and your body. Look at me, I'm talking about health. Certain muscles in your body, they
you're flexible.
they get sore, and so there's a lot of different yoga positions and moves and things that you can do that will target the kind of lifestyle that a poker player may lead, and also kind of help you get that clear mental awareness that you want, and make your mind and body feel fantastic.
Because I mean, let's be honest, if you're not feeling your best, you can't really play your best.
So, pokerfitness.tv is one of our sister companies, and it's yoga for the poker player.
That's right.
So we ask you guys to go out and check it out.
I mean, thank you, Farting Ginger, for the follow. Also, Ben to the Zona. That's a good flop for Rick. Cold Shutdown, thank you for the follow. So this is fun. Do you see what's happening right now?
What? Airball 1996?
No.
Oh, I'm looking at.
Rick flops the goody goods. Oh my gosh, StarCraft for life. All you guys, thank you for the follow. So Rick flops the everything. Old Jimbo's got the nut flush draw. Does not want to see a heart.
Oh my gosh.
Got it? Nope. Oh.
What does that mean when it says little carrot 1%?
The little carrot.
Jim bet 50.
Well done.
Rick call.
The little carrot is just saying like,
Okay.
screw you, you're not winning this one.
Oh, okay. Oh, is that the card he needed for that little carrot?
Oh, the carrot got smaller.
50. Jim bet 50.
Jim leads out.
Again. Both times.
Rick's like flat.
Pain? No pain. Is that a check or does he have an itch? I think it was an itch.
Hey, seriously, none of this is set up for entertainment. Each
Whoa! Shove and snap. Obviously Rick has the goodies. Holy potato salad.
You know, you've seen the cards.
I get a king.
None of this is scripted. None of this is you're seeing it live as it happens. Each hand is
It's live.
Each hand is hand shuffled.
Real
by our
money.
dealer.
Only if he pushes the button. He doesn't sit here and look at the cards.
Real money. I mean, if you want to watch dramas on TV, you know, turn to CBS or something and watch like NCIS. This is real live action poker.
It tells
Why
him,
would we script this? It's not professional wrestling.
Sweeten in the
It's
pot.
not. But I tell you what, old Jimbo just got body slammed.
Got a suplex.
Thank
I think he ran his face into the turnbuckles himself.
you. Very rich.
Rich.
All right, everybody, we got our third Sweeten the Pot hand of the night, brought to us by Just Desserts Online Bakery.
Can't play right now. Yeah.
Jessica's Cupcakery.
Oh yeah, they're very good.
You can see there's a number.
If you'd like to call her, there's a Facebook page.
Don't call her on her Facebook page. She won't pick up. But you can go to Facebook, look up Just Desserts.
Does she really want her number broadcast? Like, how many people are gonna prank her tonight?
Did you?
Well, they weren't going to until you reminded them.
Just don't. You know, these
Just
guys are.
don't. Hey, internet, just don't.
These guys are sponsoring our show, and they're bringing us a lot of this lovely food. If you want to call and order some cupcakes, folks. They are fantastic.
I will tell you this much. He did have you beat.
That's what I just said.
Do you wanna
But he
put
didn't have
these
to
out there?
JC Jones,
I just
exactly.
already know. I
You can't come in.
felt like
It's
call.
exactly what I said earlier, I believe.
I felt like call, believe me. I really did. I felt it.
We have a big blind only.
You did have me.
Yeah, that was your top three, wasn't it?
Yep, those are my top three.
You didn't even include yourself.
No, I'm a terrible player. The frosting was like some kind of mint. They tasted kind of like Breyers,
Like a mint chocolate chippy.
like Breyers mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Or
is
Handles.
Exactly what it tasted like. I have handles.
Nobody wants my arm in the cup.
Happy handles.
Brian folds. Brian calls. Ed folds.
What are you laughing at?
Hey, think about that. I should have dealt with anything.
You'll find it once you see it in the chat. I know you guys are all
Somehow I have
just
one of those
laughing along with me.
Hey,
I'm gonna fatten you up.
Let's back to the action. Ryan flop second pair.
this
Nick with
broadcast
fives.
is a infomercial for cupcakes. I love it.
And call.
Ryan hits mid pair with top.
Now Nick doesn't want to make three of a kind. That would be unfortunate.
But I would like to see three of a kind.
Bet is
You sound like Paul now.
Well, I guess we've had a lot of action tonight anyhow. So.
I can't root against Nick. Nick has been playing super well. I like Ryan. I mean, Ryan are good buddies, but
Probably not after he hears that comment.
nope. Well, I mean, I've ripped on his shirt a few times too. But I think he was aware of that when he wore it.
Thanks, Demons Have Me. You're probably like the best Twitch fan that we have.
See, I feel like at this rate, I don't know if anyone's being facetious or not.
You think he's making fun of us?
Could be. I mean,
Maybe Demons Have Me. You're not the best Twitch fan if you're making fun of me.
Congratulations, Nick. You won the 3 cupcakes. If you're not a jerk, you will share with your fellow players.
Nick, bring some cupcakes back.
Nick, nack, batty, whack. Bring a cupcake back.
Hey, folks, it looks like my time's done. I'm going to let Mr. Boston back in here. He had a little... Huh? Oh, okay. I guess I'm going to come back on a little bit, but Mr. Boston wants to get on the mic and rock the mic out with y'all. So, hey, Demons, if you guys... that's really cool of you to say, and everyone in the chat room. 100 viewers. Can't wait till we get 150, our next milestone.
Dan, you're on camera. Say goodbye to everyone properly.
Oh. Hey, goodbye, everybody. I will see you in, like, I don't know, maybe like a half hour or whatnot.
They're going to say, I'll see you in hell. You
Well,
jerks.
Okay, fade to black so we can have Paul come in.
Wow. Asking you shall receive. The chat's already so bummed. They miss you.
Yep. Ed folds.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
They don't want the goatee to leave.
The same old seat that it used to be.
Queen on the board.
And Clyde is out there
Raise
just
13.
absolutely convinced that he got bluffed.
Who?
Pocket clean.
Maybe
in
that
that big hand.
maybe that'll change things later on. Maybe he'll make a loosey goosey call.
Raise to 13.
And then at one point he even told Mav that there's no way you folded a better hand than I did.
Well, the funniest part was, yeah, exactly. The funniest part was he goes, 2 hands beat me. Did he not see the flush?
Yeah.
I mean, I just quickly counted like 15 to beat him.
Yeah.
Rick got ace king again. Going against Team Rudy.
33.
When's our next break? When's our next break? Does anybody know?
2 minutes. Probably after this.
Oh, we are going to have a break, huh?
Well, I guess you just hopped in for a couple minutes.
Well, I would have let Dan finish up till break if I'd have known that.
Yeah, you always do let Dan finish.
Oh.
I don't get it. What?
Where was the button?
Sorry, guys.
Was he
Yeah.
a blind?
The button was dead. Or, well, the button couldn't get cards, so he was small. Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah,
other hand.
I dare you guys to argue with Rick.
Yeah.
His forearm is as thick as my neck.
And then I came back to my small.
Somebody wants to know if Dan's going to stuff his gullet with cupcakes. That's just awful.
Yes, he is.
And yes, he is, but
Exactly where he's going.
you shouldn't ask something like
He
that.
should have brought some milk. Milk would have been a good touch.
Did they post these like a day later?
After a kind of rough start, Nick has really chipped up quite a bit.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I don't know who he's a friend of our moderator B Million, and he made a call and said, "Hey, can you get up here?" And he said, "I'll be there in 5 minutes." And he's probably pretty glad he did.
Yeah. I'm quite impressed with the way he's playing.
Yeah, really solid.
I think he's one of the best players we've had so far this year.
Fold.
I didn't
Definitely.
see it, but it feels like you would have had to have
We usually have our
at least, yeah, like a 9.
our constant poker Pete at the table, but I think he's out celebrating tonight.
Well, actually, I'm not sure what happened. He couldn't be here early, but he did send a text trying to get in the game to see if there was an open seat. And
At that rate, we might have to open one up for him.
well, our tournament director told him no.
Oh.
We had at the time we had 2 alternates waiting to get in.
We can sit 10 people at the table, but I think for your viewing pleasure out there, playing 10-handed cash can get a bit boring just because people are playing way too tight. So we prefer playing 8-handed or 9-handed just because it allows players to get a little more creative.
Call.
Yeah, I believe that I think about the only time we're going to play 10-handed is when we play tournaments.
Yeah, when we do sit and goes in tournaments, we'll play 10-handed, but cash games, I don't like to.
Call.
What just
Yeah.
happened? Did Rick just call 4 high?
No, he bet with 4 high and Ryan called. I don't know if you've noticed, he's done that to Ryan several times tonight.
Well, it's about time Ryan caught on.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I think this is a spot where Ryan's finally going to call him down.
Well, it definitely helped he had top pair with the
Right.
king. But I believe we're going to take a quick 10-minute break, maybe less than that. Just give everyone a quick breath of fresh air, and we'll be back in no time, everybody, to bring you a last hour or so. of
Stick
our
around.
Poker action.
We're going to have a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be back with some more poker action.
At 8:55.
If you and your friends would like to play at the Poker on Air Penthouse Studio and have your game broadcast to the world, just give us a call. Your friends or league can rent our studio and play on our brand new custom-built RFID poker table, while we capture all the fun and action using 7 high-definition cameras and our live stream studio switcher. Play live while our commentators call all the action and bring your game to life. So if it's your league's final game of the season, or you and some friends just want to have fun, the Poker on Air studio is available to you. We can even take our show on the road and broadcast live from your event or casino. The graphics and sponsors on this custom traveling table can be changed to meet the needs of your event. Even better, if you would like a custom RFID table built for you or your venue, or would like to become a Poker on Air Broadcast City franchise, we can help you with that request as well. For more information, just give us a call at the number on your screen or email us at producer@pokeronair.com. Poker on Air, Let's deal you in.
Welcome back to our Yoga for Poker fitness session, where you'll learn that practicing yoga will strengthen and stretch your entire body, increase your capacity to focus your mind, ultimately improving your table presence and your poker game. Now we're ready to move into our next pose, chair pose. You ready, Paul? Excellent. Let's turn to face the front of the mat so the viewers can see how you look. So toe heel your feet together. And then inhale your arms overhead. And as you exhale, sit the hips back and sit down as though you're sitting in a chair. And breathe. It's so important to breathe in this pose. The more resistance in your mind, the more resistance and the harder the pose is going to be. As you hold the pose, try to relax and learn steadiness and balance as the challenge arrives. Toe heel your pinkies, bring your pinkies in and your fingers out. Yeah, your thumbs out. So you're energizing in through the fingertips, keeping the arms light, soften the shoulders down. This pose allows you to know your own capability when challenges arise in life and at the poker table. Chair pose is as challenging as you make it. It builds heat in the body as it strengthens your legs and core. Mentally, it challenges your fight or flight instincts as the heat builds in the muscles. Staying for a moment longer than you think builds endurance and your can-do attitude. This is a great pose to challenge your mind and your body. Release out, Paul. Nice job. Now we're ready to move into Warrior 1. I hope that you're enjoying these segments and begin trying them in your daily life. We have more to share, so stay tuned. During our next break, we will continue learning poses that will help get you on top of your game.
The idea for NatureBox came from my childhood. Most of my childhood I grew up obese. I had terrible eating habits. I ate whatever I wanted in whatever quantities I wanted. And finally, right before going off to college, I decided to change my eating behavior. I ended up losing 70 pounds in the 5 months prior to going to college. And ever since then, I've been fascinated and interested by health and nutrition. And now it's my turn to help other people get healthy. NatureBox is a monthly subscription service for healthy snacks. We started NatureBox to give people better options that tasted great and give them the variety that they like in their snacks.
Americans eat about a quarter of the nutrition they take in a day from snacks. And so it's really important to include nutrient-dense foods in your snacks. So you can have protein and whole grains and fiber and some heart-healthy fat and maybe even a fruit or a vegetable. It's going to give you a really nutrient-dense snack that's going to have a lot of staying power.
Farms like this provide us with peaches, nectarines, nuts, cherries, and many of the other items found in a traditional NatureBox. We visit these farms and build a relationship with the owners. We share with them our plans for the product we're trying to deliver and ask them to join us in the mission to feed a healthier America.